A mail carrier's routine delivery turned into an unexpected detour as a folded napkin on a rusty mailbox caught her attention. The shaky handwriting of a child pleaded, "Please, whoever finds this, feed my friend." An empty bowl sat below, waiting. As she pondered the mysterious message, a thin dog emerged from under a nearby shed, its ribs visible, eyes hopeful. The mail carrier's curiosity was piqued, and she couldn't drive away, sensing a deeper story unfolding, one that would take her on a journey of unexpected connections and surprising revelations. As she stood there, the warm sun on her skin, the scent of fresh, cut grass wafting through the air, she felt an inexplicable sense of responsibility wash over her. The dog's eyes, though hopeful, seemed to hold a deep sadness, a longing for something or someone. She reached in her bag and pulled out the half sandwich she had packed for her lunch, the crust soft and slightly stale. The dog's ears perked up as she placed the sandwich in the bowl, and it began to eat with a desperation that tugged at her heart. The sound of its eating, the gentle crunch of teeth on bread, was almost soothing. As she watched, a sense of calm settled over her, and she felt her initial hesitation melt away. She stroked the dog's head, feeling the softness of its fur, the gentle give of its skin. The dog looked up at her, its eyes locking onto hers, and she felt a jolt of connection, a sense of understanding that went beyond words. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, the moment was over. The dog finished its meal, licked her hand once, gently, and laid down in the grass, its eyes closing in contentment. She stood there, feeling the warmth of the sun, the peace of the moment, and wondered what other secrets this small, forgotten corner of the world might hold. As she turned to leave, she noticed something else, a small, almost imperceptible smudge of dirt on the mailbox, a hint that someone or something had recently been there. And then she saw it, a small piece of paper tucked into the corner of the mailbox, with a message scrawled on it in hasty handwriting. "Thank you for feeding my friend." The mail carrier's eyes lingered on the note, a sense of wonder settling over her. Who was writing these messages? And how did they know she was the one feeding the dog? She felt a shiver run down her spine as she realized that someone, somewhere, was watching her, waiting for her response. The next morning, she made a point to check the mailbox again, and sure enough, another note was waiting for her. This one was different, though. The handwriting was neater, more adult-like. "You're the one who's been feeding him, aren't you?" it read. "Can you help me find the boy?" The mail carrier's curiosity was piqued, and she felt a sense of responsibility wash over her. She began to ask around, showing the notes to the people on her route, hoping someone might recognize the handwriting or know something about the mysterious messages. It wasn't until she spoke to an old woman on her route that she finally got a glimpse into the story behind the notes. The old woman's eyes clouded over as she spoke of a little boy who used to play in the empty lot, a boy who had left behind a piece of his heart when his family moved away. The mail carrier's heart went out to the boy, and she felt a sense of determination rise up within her. She would help this boy, no matter what it took. And so, she continued to feed the dog, to leave notes on the mailbox, and to wait. Wait for the boy, wait for the story to unfold, wait for the mystery to reveal itself. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months. The dog grew stronger, its coat filling and soft and full. And the notes continued to appear, each one a testament to the boy's enduring hope. The mail carrier's heart swelled with emotion as she thought about the boy, about the dog, about the unlikely connection that had brought them all together. And then, one afternoon, a car pulled up to the curb and a man stepped out, a boy standing beside him. The mail carrier's heart skipped a beat as she realized that this was it. This was the moment she had been waiting for. The boy's eyes locked onto the dog, and the dog, impossibly, remembered. The mail carrier watched, tears streaming down her face, as the boy and the dog fell together in the grass. A reunion that was both joyous and heartbreaking. The man, the boy's father, turned to her, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "Thank you for feeding my son's friend." As the boy and the dog reunited, the mail carrier felt a sense of closure, of a story finally coming full circle. But as she looked at the father, she saw a depth of emotion that gave her pause. He was a man who had been driven by his son's pleas, who had followed a trail of napkins to find the stranger who had fed his child's beloved pet. The mail carrier's eyes met the father's, and she saw a sense of wonder there, a sense of awe at the power of a small act of kindness. "My son never stopped asking," he said, his voice cracking with emotion. "He wrote to that mailbox in his sleep." The mail carrier felt a shiver run down her spine as she realized the true extent of the boy's devotion, the depth of his love for the dog. And as she looked at the father, she saw a man who had been broken, who had been put back together again by the power of his son's hope. The crisis of the moment, the uncertainty of what would happen next, gave way to a sense of peace, of a world that was somehow more whole than it had been before. The mail carrier smiled, feeling a sense of gratitude towards this strange, beautiful family, and towards the dog who had brought them all together. As she turned to leave, the father called out to her, his voice filled with a sense of longing. "Thank you," he said. "Thank you for being the stranger who said yes." The mail carrier's heart swelled with emotion as she realized that she had been a part of something much bigger than herself, something that would stay with her for the rest of her life. And as she walked away, she felt the warm sun on her skin, the scent of fresh-cut grass wafting through the air, and she knew that she would never forget this moment, this story, this testament to the power of kindness and hope. As the mail carrier walked away from the reunion, she felt a sense of wonder at the intricate web of connections that had brought them all together. The small act of feeding a stray dog had set off a chain reaction of kindness and hope, spanning months and miles. She thought about the boy who had never given up on his beloved pet, and the father who had been driven by his son's devotion. The mail carrier realized that she had been a part of something much bigger than herself, a testament to the power of human connection and compassion. The memory of the reunion would stay with her, a reminder of the impact one small act of kindness could have on the lives of others. As she disappeared into the distance, the father and son sat together on the grass, the dog nestled between them, a sense of peace and closure washing over them. The napkin on the mailbox, once a desperate plea, had become a symbol of hope and redemption, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, kindness and compassion could bring people together. The story of the mail carrier, the boy, and the dog would remain a secret, known only to those who had lived it, but its impact would ripple out, a reminder to always look for the good in others and to never underestimate the power of a small act of kindness. The mail carrier's heart was full, knowing that she had made a difference in the lives of others, and that the memory of this moment would stay with her forever. And as she walked away, the warm sun on her skin, the scent of fresh-cut grass wafting through the air, she smiled, feeling a sense of gratitude and wonder at the beauty of human connection. As we close this story, we're reminded that sometimes it's the smallest acts of kindness that can have the greatest impact. Have you ever experienced a moment where a stranger's kindness changed your life or the life of someone you love? Share your story with us in the comments below.